Hello. So I was just reading this great article in SapChain, which is a social media platform that I'm really enjoying lately, and sorry, and the guy was making a lot of sense in some ways, and well, he's making some really interesting points, and then he said something that I've heard a few times, and that kind of annoys me, and that I think I have a really good counter argument to, but I'm just lazy and don't want to keep rewriting it and retyping it, which is why I'm doing video and vlogs and stuff like that lately. So I wanted to make a quick vlog about this topic. The statement more or less is that truth basically doesn't exist. There's no such thing as objective truth, and that the way that you grow your belief system is basically by having faith in your belief system and spreading information in a way that is most compelling, most effective. Sorry for the camera shake. And it's sort of like you have to create positive feedback loops so that network effect of information sharing grows, aka more people want to engage and share and continue to sort of grow your belief system, right? And while there's definitely, I think, a lot of truth to that as far as feedback loops and the way that belief systems kind of, as he said it himself, and information is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, in that if you believe it, you manifest it and you act upon it, and it continues to grow until, if it's, in my view, if it's fundamentally inconsistent with objective, measurable, reproducible reality and principles within reality, it pops, right? Basically, if your belief system is, to whatever degree what you believe is inconsistent or inaccurate with what actually happens in the real world, is the degree to which your expectations will be challenged by the real world, and the price of your value system will collapse at some point. You know, it'll pop like a bubble. Now, what is the philosophical foundation of this? Well, there's one simple argument, which is that you can't, if you say something like all truth is simply belief and there's no such thing as objective universal truth, then that is a self-contradictory statement, because you're saying that it is objectively true anywhere, everywhere, that truth is not objective, right? That's basically what you're saying. If that was too fast, just rewind and listen to that again. But there's I think an even more powerful argument, or at least a good argument to follow that up with, which is that truth is perfect only in the mind. Truth is perfect only conceptually. So if you look at mathematics are internally, if well done, they're internally consistent and conceptually, like, they're perfectly designed. So 1 + 1 = 2. If you say that 1 = 1, or like 1 unit equals this little number, and then you add them, and 1 + 1 = 2, that is perfectly true. That is irrefutable. But if you say that these two stones, that this little thing right here is the same, like this little thing plus this one are the same, are equal to, what are these hooks? Like this hook plus this hook equals 2 hooks. Well, that is sort of true, but it is not perfectly true, because the colors are different, and I'm sure that if you inspected this deep enough, you'll find plenty of tiny inconsistencies between them two. They are not perfectly equal. The parity is not 1-to-1. It's maybe 95% to 93%. I don't know, something like that, right? So instances are imperfect. You can't. It's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to find two things in the world that are perfectly equal to each other. They are maybe very close to each other, close enough that you can conceptualize them and compare them in accurately enough. But I don't think you can reach a perfect definition of something, because instances, things in the real world, as we see them, as we touch them, as we can measure them, are imperfect, and they're not perfectly comparable to other things. But conceptually, we can extract and draw comparisons that are functional conceptually, that are functional for our purposes, which is, whatever we want to do, for whatever reason we are creating some concept and, trying to understand something. So what I'm saying is that while truth can be conceptually perfect, and yes, I think reality has probably some, founding principles that are always consistent, which is a whole other topic. The application of concepts to reality is where the margin of error comes in, right? Yeah. So, does that make any sense? I don't want to make this a 2-hour rant, so I just wanted to sort of drop those two ideas there for you. Let me know what you think. Cheers.